As gamers, we all play video games to help us wind down, blow off steam, and just escape reality. Whether it's shooting up zombies in Left 4 Dead, strategizing your attacks in Age of Empires, hacking and slashing demons in Devil May Cry, or even raiding dungeons with your buddies in Final Fantasy XIV. Video games have many different ways to help us relax after having to deal with the responsibilities of real life. Welcome everyone, my name is Shane of Nevermore Niche, and I'm here to say that one type of game that helps me relax and unwind are games where you can just run around and have control of your movement and direction with the use of parkour. And that's where Supermoves comes in which I will be looking at on PC. Developed and published by Makia Games and released on Steam on August 28th of this year, Supermoves puts focus on movement-based gameplay like that of 2008's Mirror's Edge and Tony Hawk Pro Skater while also having some party game style modes. More on that later. In Supermoves, players have access to a variety of different levels, each with their own unique level designs and ways to traverse. Similar to Mirror's Edge, traversal throughout the levels involves parkour and acrobatic maneuvers such as jumping, wall running, sliding, rail grinding, ziplining, and walking on tightropes while balancing yourself. As you move and run throughout the level, you'll gain momentum, allowing you to move faster, jump farther, and climb more efficiently. However, Supermoves includes a mechanic that makes traversal in the game not only fun, but beneficial as well, and those are the Supermoves themselves. These Supermoves are not only tricks that make you look cool during your runs, but also help provide you with advantages as well. These include the front flip, which gives you more forward speed, allowing you to reach further while in the air, the back flip, which gives you more upward momentum, providing you with more height and flying further up, grind, which gives you perfect balance for the duration of the super move, making it very hard to fall off, the tightrope somersault, which not only gets you past the rope faster, but not requiring you to balance, and the slide leap, which allows you to leap forward on a flat surface and cover more ground quickly and can be used to catch up with other runners or even leap across the finish line in style. You can also perform other moves to your advantage, such as sliding, which can help you gain speed in downward slopes or in tubes, and rolling, where you can survive high drops and continue your momentum by pushing the crouch button while in the air before you land. Familiarizing yourself with these supermoves is very important if you want to achieve high scores or complete tasks in different modes for the game, which we will talk about next. First, there is Career Mode, a single-player experience where you go through different levels completing different tasks and game modes. Examples of the games in Career Mode include Sprint, where you have to race to get first at the end goal, Loot, where you have to get the most collectibles in the level to win, and Circuit Mode, where players need to run through checkpoints and complete all laps to win. Completing these tasks and scoring high enough in these game modes unlocks the next level with a whole new playground to freerun in. Now, while Career Mode can be repetitive, the different variety of levels, each with their own unique designs and routes to take to explore, is what makes the game fun and reel you in for more. And due to most of the levels being so open and offering different pathways of exploration, it makes finding your own route while running so fun and encouraging. There are a variety of ways to run through the levels, and you'll have little limits on getting to your goals, whether it be rail grinding, wall running, or using trampolines to get more height. You can also go into the Explore tab in the menu where you can choose any of the different maps and levels in the game with their different game modes, so you can play the levels at any time. You can also create your own level in the Make tab, where after you choose the level kit, game mode, and give it a custom name, you're free to bring your own unique course to life with the different assets you are given. Next, there is the multiplayer known as Tournament, where you and other players compete online against each other and collect points in each round of different game modes, with the winner being the one with the most points. Whenever you complete an online match, you will gain experience points, which can be used to unlock cosmetic items in the Progress tab every time you level up. These cosmetic items can be used to customize the look of your playable character in the locker, giving them their own cool and unique look to show off to your friends. You can also earn extra experience points by completing challenges from playing the multiplayer. Supermoves can be a cathartic adrenaline rush if you're looking for a game just to freely run around in. You'll find yourself exploring the different levels and playing with the different game modes for some time. There will be obstacles to avoid, different paths to explore, and even the music can be fun to listen to when doing your missions. However, the game isn't without its flaws. For one thing, while the controls do feel light enough to make the freerunning smooth for the most part, there are times where the controls can feel a bit floaty and difficult to execute sometimes due to the collision detection. There have been times where I tried to land on a rail to grind only to miss it by a hair, or when I landed on the corner of a platform only to slip and fall down and reset from the beginning when I'm in the middle of a race or obstacle course. Even running into different obstacles can ruin your flow due to the game's sometimes floaty controls. And when you are in levels that involve a lot of airtime such as those with skyscrapers, such issues in addition to losing your footing or poor timing can lead you to plenty of falls. Especially in a game like this where your momentum allows little to no control of your movement in the air. Some levels also have their own problems that can ruin the flow of your run, whether it's because of the controls, bad level design, or both. Such as the obstacle course in this lake level. Not only are there obstacles in the way that make you stop and wait to pass by, which kinda takes away from the momentum and pacing, but there's also a part after that where you slide through this tube to get to a rail, which I missed on my first run because it was obscured by the leaves on the trees, so I jumped off of it without realizing it was there the first time when I started grinding. And even then, the end of the rail just sent me straight into the water, causing me to go back to my last spawn area. The game also has its assortment of glitches too. On top of some of the collision issues I previously mentioned, I have had times where my character either clipped through platforms or even zip lines or just stopped in place and glitched out for no reason. And on top of that, during my recording of the game, I have had it crash on me numerous times, about 5 to 6 times to be exact, and it usually happens when a level is loading and it tends to happen at random. I'm not sure if it's the game itself or my PC specs, but it feels like the game crashes when it decides to. Sometimes I will have no problem with the game after playing for about half an hour, then all of a sudden it crashes on me. And in terms of multiplayer, at the time of this video when I was recording footage for the game, I have yet to come across another player online during matchmaking. In almost every match, I have been the only one in the game with no other player in sight despite waiting for an unnecessarily long time in a matchmaking lobby, which in turn leaves my accomplishments and earning of experience points feeling very lacking. Sure, I unlocked some cool clothes doing so, but can I say I had fun doing it? Not when I'm always the only one in the match, I can't. However, despite these flaws, I can definitely say that Supermoves is a game that has potential and deserves recognition. Despite the lack of a narrative and some of the content available at launch, the game is still fun to pick up and play in the sense of an arcade-style platformer heavily focused on parkour, which I believe we need more of. Because sometimes I don't feel like going on a rampage in Grand Theft Auto to blow off steam. Sometimes I just want a game where I can just run around on a skyscraper or a school gym and perform cool tricks, and Supermoves has that covered. The game was recently released, so we may see updates in the future to help improve the game and maybe more. If you wish to try the game for yourself before purchasing it, there is a playable demo for the game titled Supermoves Free Run, which features a demo of the career mode and access to multiplayer featured playlists. Just remember kids, don't try this at home.